It is January the 4th, 2021. This is the Menorcan Mullet Report out at the Golden Ray Wreck site today. And they had the lift this morning for the stern section that was cut. And they got the barge underneath the stern section. And it looks like they were trying to add the weight to the barge. We saw the barge pumps working, pumping the water back out of the barge. They have to lower the barges to get them underneath these sections of the Golden Ray. The BB just can't get them up high enough to set them on the floating barge. They put water in them to lower them down, lower the barges down. They slide them underneath, and then they pump the water back out, take the load of the Golden Ray section onto the barge. And then I guess they'll do some preliminary fastening out at the site, and then it'll be transported, we're assuming, into the Port of Brunswick to undergo further fastening and securing of loose debris and cars that are falling or potential to fall. At least that's what we saw with the bow section. Now, we did see some things that were interesting over at the port today, but we'll get to that at the end of the report. Right now, we're just going to concentrate around the site. And we made a round or two and got some still shots as well. We like the detail now of the still camera that we've acquired, and we're able to hopefully bring some images to you, and see, you guys can see some details that maybe weren't quite as visible before. So we hope this adds a new dimension to the report. Didn't see a lot of activity other than the settling of the ship. We thought maybe as soon as this part was separated, we'd see those teams back on top of the ship working, doing more pre-drilling. It's obvious that whatever they did to speed up the cutting process worked, if you take into account that they were down for a month while all that was going on. But hopefully, whatever prep work, they can move along with that at a rate where the actual process is sped up, and the open ship is not sitting in the sound any longer than it has to be. The Crosby tug, Kurt J. Crosby, was on the tail of the barge, and it had it pushed underneath the VB here. And this is actually while the process was ongoing, setting the stern section onto the barge. In this little clip, we see the barge is being pumped out. You can see the water being pumped out of the barge as the barge is coming up and taking the weight of that stern section. And while we were out today, we kind of took a trip over to the marsh and had the drone up and kind of looked around in there a little bit. And I'm not sure what we saw. We saw something, but really not sure what it was. But we thought we'd include some of these shots, and if nothing else, for the pure beauty of the marshes of coastal Georgia, and really what the big concern is for what possibly could happen if a lot of contamination that's not able to get contained gets out, washes into this marsh grass and onto the marine life that's in here: fiddler crabs, snails, small fish, invertebrates, crustaceans. The list goes on and on. Now, over at the Port of Brunswick, this is what we saw. This area has been cleared out, and a nice level surface has been prepared. And what we think is going to happen here is that a good number of the cars are going to be scrapped in this area. And we say that because there's environmental equipment here for removing fluids out of vehicles. A couple stations we saw, as well as a grapple tractor with a long arm for, looks like picking up cars and moving them around in a trash fashion, as well as some looks like some big containers for holding some contaminants. This was on the ground there, and of course we don't really know what's going to happen. We're assuming, and we just thought we'd bring you these. Hey, we hope you enjoyed the report today. That's all we've got for January the 4th. If you guys like it, hit the subscribe button. Shoot us some comments. We'd love to get those. And most importantly, you guys stay safe out there.